What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're getting closer and closer to the NFL regular season kickoff. I cannot wait. A lot of news dropped today as I'm recording this. McLaurin got extended. Hendrickson got a revamp of his contract, and there's some other things going on as well. We're back here, of course, with another Madden 26 rebuild. And today we have ourselves the New York Jets. Let's go ahead and jump in and rebuild the New York Jets in Madden 26. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciate. Currently on the road to 10,000 subs, and we're trying to reach that goal before this year is over. If you want to help us out with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also, I do have a question for you guys, for those who care to answer that watch these videos. Do you guys prefer the, auto-generated draft classes, or do you prefer if I used real draft classes? Feel free to let me know. Obviously, I've always been the one that's used real draft class for the most part, especially in my Madden 25 rebuilds. But this year, I've decided to change it up and use auto-generated. But I'm open to whatever, honestly. I was going to use the real draft classes during their realistic rebuilds. But yeah, feel free to let me know if you care to answer anyway. But here is what we're looking at. So we have Justin Fields, of course, as a starter going into this season. You have Breece Hall, Raylan Allen. You got Garrett Wilson, Fashanu, Membu, which is going to be exciting. So this is going to be, and then Mason Taylor is the rookie at tight end as well. On the defensive side of the football, you have Andre Cisco, Barnes, Sherwood, Williams. Like, the Jets are a interesting team. They have a lot of nice pieces, but they haven't really gotten it figured out, of course, as we're all aware. They also just traded Derek Nottie back to the Chiefs right before I started recording this, but of course, earlier today. I don't want to say right before I started recording this, but earlier today they did. But of course, Madden has not changed that. An update hasn't come. So I'll go ahead and fix that right now, and we'll simulate year number one without me touching any of the schemes or the changes or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and trade away Derek Nottie to the Chiefs, and I'll try to do the exact trade that it was. I have to go look it up again. I think it was like a 7th or something. We'll fix that, and we'll jump in and see how year number one goes under Justin Fields as the starter with Aaron Glenn in town. So at the end of year number one, we finished up at 6-11. It did not make the playoffs. Here was your recap of the season. So Josh Allen won MVP. Brian Dable gets Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year going to the Eagles, Devontae Smith. Khalil Mack on the Chargers gets the Defensive Player of the Year. And then Offensive Rookie goes to Ashton Jeanty. And Defensive Rookie goes to Nick Scorton in Carolina. Jordan Love and the Packers won the Super Bowl as they beat the Titans 35-17. Can you imagine this is actually how this year would have went? It's kind of crazy to look at this, because Josh Allen winning MVP, obviously not that absurd. But Brian Dable getting Coach of the Year would be pretty wild. And Devontae Smith winning Offensive Player of the Year would be really crazy as well. That'd be very random. Devontae Smith's a good player, don't get me wrong. But him winning Offensive Player of the Year as wide receiver 2 seems a little weird. But offensively, we're 29th in the NFL. And then on the defense side of the football, we were 20th. So obviously we didn't make the playoffs. We went 6-11. Fields threw 23 touchdowns and 18 interceptions. Not great, obviously. So more than likely we'll be looking for a new quarterback, and the Jets have been searching for one for quite some time. Hopefully we can solve that in today's video. 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards from Breece Hall. Garrett Wilson, Lazard, Josh Reynolds. I mean, yeah, it wasn't that great offensively. Not a lot to be excited about here. Well, like I said, there is some nice pieces here. Not the kind of stats or the flair we want on this team right now. So there's a lot of moving pieces that could be happening this offseason. But let's go ahead and start the re-signing stage. So we got $146 million to our name. So we should be able to spend quite a bit of money. The only thing to think about is obviously, who's a free agent here. So Breece Hall is interesting. I low-key could see Breece Hall's time in New York coming to an end. I don't know. Maybe he has a really good year and that changes everything, but I'm going to keep him. Vera Tucker, I'd like to keep him as well. Only 27. I'd like to keep this offensive line intact because it's a good O-line right now. Cisco, only 26 years old. McDonald just had a really good season, so we're going to accept that 5th-year option on him. Adams, Quincy Williams. I mean, yeah, I'll resign Quincy Williams. So maybe a lot of our cap room's about to go bye-bye because we're resigning a bunch of free agents, but these are a lot of guys I do want to keep. I'm going to let Cisco and Adams walk. I'd like to revent the safety room. Lazard can go. Gibson. So yeah, I think I'm okay with letting the rest of these guys walk. I think Jamin Davis just got cut anyway, so he should have never been on the team to begin with. Adams and Cisco. Maybe revisit them in free agency, but for now, I'm okay with letting them walk. So we're going to go into free agency with about $109 million in cap space. And for this video in particular, we are using real draft classes this time to change it up. And again, just let me know if you guys prefer a real or auto-generated just fine, or you don't care. That's fine too, even though it probably won't help me answer my decision. So Justin Fields is still the starter right now, but again, we may look to replace him this offseason. Wide receiver room, I mean, it's rough. I think the offense in general, other than the O-line, center needs upgrade. But other than the offensive line, I think Timmons is center. We can move. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. Defensively, though, this is where I like a little bit more because obviously we have like Stevens, we have Gardner. Stevens went up to superstar dev also. And then Thomas also star dev. So I like our corner room. I like some of the linebackers we have. Our D-line looks fine. I'm okay with that. And a better edge rusher would be ideal. So maybe we go for that as well if like Parsons or Hutchinson are sitting here. But let's jump into free agency. Try to acquire talent where we need to add it. We'll probably be drafting a quarterback if I had to guess. We need a new wide receiver. So whatever quarterback we'll be drafting, we need to make sure they have plenty of, options around them. Let's go ahead, hit free agency, and see if we can do a good job there. Before I hit up free agency, one thing I just totally glossed over is that Sauce Gardner and Stevens both led the league in interceptions, like tied with Cooper DeJean, obviously. And then Quincy Williams led the league in tackles, or he was up there anyway. I don't know why, or solo tackles. I don't know why I glossed over that completely. Kind of baffling that I didn't even really look at that and have a reaction, but very happy to obviously have all those guys, and they're definitely going to be key pieces to our defense going forward. But now we're going to hit free agency. Just had to address that really quickly. We currently have 6 offers going in free agency, and this free agency class was not that great, by the way. So we have Odafe with an offer, Ivan Pace with an offer, Cisco to bring him back, Turpin, Isaiah Wynn, and Dane Belton. So these are our 6 offers. There's a chance we get all 6 guys assigned, but let's go ahead and see if we do win that way. That'd be awesome if we did. And it would be obviously a lot of pieces added to this team. And all 6 guys do end up signing with us. Obviously, Odafe is a big win. Ivan Pace is a big win. We bring Cisco back and we bring Dayton Belton in. So a lot of defensive additions, I should say. Still have $55 million in cap space. More than likely, as I mentioned, still need to add a wide receiver. Still need to add a quarterback. But we added Turpin as another fun weapon on offense. We now have a new left guard to start, which is fine. That way, Timmons back at the center position. I could have signed Isaiah Likely, but I do want to roll with Mason Taylor still as the tight end. Still need a wide receiver. Defensively, I mean, this is starting to look more complete to me, other than we probably need to upgrade the safeties, and then obviously maybe even a new D tackle. Harrison Phillips is older. But other than that, let's head to the draft with the real draft classes, and let's see how big we can hit on adding more pieces to this Jets team. So I think I know where I'm going with this first round pick at number 7 overall. I think we got to take Caleb Downs here. I think this one just makes way too much sense. We needed safety upgrades, and Caleb Downs is one hell of a safety out of Ohio State, I believe. So yeah, I think I feel good about this. All 3 quarterbacks have gone off the board: Arch Manning, Drew Aller, and Loris Sellers. So I would love to be drafting quarterback right now, but maybe we revisit that in round 2 if there's somebody worth taking. If not, I guess we roll with Justin Fields for another year, which would be fine. We take Caleb Downs here. This, to me, was a no-brainer. Great way to start this draft and add another toy for Aaron Glenn to play. Okay, I don't know why I was about to say it like that. Another piece of the defense. Another toy to play with sounds kind of weird. But all right, let's get to the second round. I think we found our second-round quarterback. I don't know much about this guy. I guess he goes to Oklahoma, which is interesting. I'm not a big college ball guy, but I probably, will learn as the season goes on for that. But I'm feeling impressed by what I'm looking at. He's got 4.54, 40-yard dash. His strength is elite. Speed is great. Throw power is great. Jumping is elite. I think we're hitting a home run gym, if I have to guess, with this guy. So I think we found our new franchise quarterback going forward. Again, I've not heard of him in real life, so don't know how good he really is, but 45 in true value, drafted at 39, 89 speed, hidden dev. I think we found our guy, John Mateer. I'm going to have to look him up as we simulate next season because not very aware of him, but now we are. So welcome to the Jets, I should say, in the second season because we have ourselves a new quarterback. So now we're in the 4th round as we did not have a 3rd round pick. I'm not sure why the Jets don't have a 3rd round pick. It always ends up being something I should have known off the top of the dome, but I just forget because someone will remind me in the comment section why, and then I just, again, can't remember for some reason. But it was a 4th round pick. We just threw it away. He is hidden dev, though, so actually, low-key, maybe we didn't throw it away. But hidden dev, edge rusher in the 4th round. Feel good about that, and that will be our draft. So I will see you guys with the lineup going into year number 2. Will the new rookie start over Justin Fields? See, man, we'll see. So going into this next season, we're an 83 overall with an 81 offense and an 87 defense, which does add up. We really didn't add a premium wide receiver this offseason. As you guys can see, Mateer is probably going to go ahead and start for us immediately. He's the same overall as Justin Fields already. Obviously, this makes sense to just go ahead and give him the keys here. So I also think I'm going to start Mr. Smith here at wide receiver 2. And then slot wide receiver, I think I'm going to go ahead and give that role to Kevontae Turp. Oh, maybe we'll just give Smith the slot wide receiver role, and then I guess, Turpin will be the wide receiver too. So Breece Hall, we got Fashanu. Offensive line still looking good. Taylor as well. Defensively, this is where I feel a little bit better about where we're at on the defense side of the football. So a lot to like here. Sherwood also, I think, was only normal dev to start things. Now he's star dev, which is great. We have, Carter. We still have Brandon Stevens, which I'd like him to start over Michael Carter, probably Thomas as well. And then slot cornerback will be Brandon Stevens, so we're good there. And then the other thing I want to look at was the scheme fit. So defensively, I guess I want to stick with the Jets playbook throughout the whole thing, because obviously Aaron Glenn should be a defensive-minded head coach, so we should be good in that front. Offensive line, though, or sorry, offensive scheme, I'm not sure. Do we stick with Aaron Glenn's, or do we try for something different already? I kind of want to give the rookie, I want to set him up for success, so I low-key might go ahead and run a different playbook this season. Now, who's I want to run? I don't know. I always run Cincinnati, so I'm going to try not to do that. I would like to see our tight end involved more. So low-key, this might be kind of weird, but I low-key might go ahead and run Kansas City's. I don't know why, but I would like to see Mason Taylor involved. Our wide receivers aren't the best right now, and then we can rely on Breece Hall as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that in year number 2. So I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. I'm going to try to give the rookie as much success as we possibly can. I want to see him be successful right away. Will we make the playoffs in year 2? We're about to find out. So there was indeed improvement this season, but unfortunately it was not good enough to get us into the postseason, as we do still finish under 500, finish at 8-9. So here was your recap. So the Bengals went on to win the Super Bowl, and Joe Burrow is your MVP of the season. Geno Stone won Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow, Offensive Player of the Year as well. Dable is again your Coach of the Year. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. Loris Sellers is your Offensive Rookie, and Defensive Rookie goes to TJ Parker. So unfortunately, I do not see Caleb Downs or our quarterback there. So far, Aaron Glenn's approval rating is bad, which kind of sucks, but is what it is. All right, so let's take a look at the stats. So offensively, we were better, 17th in the NFL, which is good. So can't be too mad about that. And yeah, I think both sides of the ball were just fine. We'd love to see the interceptions come down a little bit, but definitely had himself a solid season. 6 touchdowns and 948 yards from Breece Hall. He had 1,000 yards from Garrett Wilson, 900 from Mason Taylor. So I wanted to see him more involved, and he did do that. Arian Smith, 11 touchdowns and 888 yards. I still think we, need to upgrade the offensive weapons. Like, they weren't anything great to, be excited about. But here was all your sacks and then interceptions. We had 3 from Ivan Pace, 3 from Gardner, 2 from Belton, and 2 from Azir Thomas. Okay. Let's go ahead, get into the offseason. My ideal goal here is to keep everything intact for the most part and add some damn weapons for our quarterback. So let's see if we can do that. So we have Fashanu, which 5th-year option will accept. We'll bring back Tippmann as well. Again, I'm going to try to keep everything as much as we possibly can intact and hope that we can just add and not subtract here. So Jermaine Johnson, there may not be a need to bring him back since we do have Odafe and some other things. Turpin will probably let go. But should we go ahead and keep him for depth? I mean, we probably, yeah, why not? I'll go ahead and give him an offer. So we'll give Jermaine Johnson an offer to come back. Now, that doesn't leave us with a ton of money. We need to get a wide receiver 100%, no doubt in my mind, and we need to get a D tackle. So we need to make sure we hit on both of those. Now, there obviously is a very good wide receiver draft class coming up, but we're not going to be positioned to draft either of those guys, unfortunately. So let's go see if there is a good any of those. So Zay Flowers, like, to me, this would be exactly what we need for our young quarterback. I like the idea of that. We also need to draft a D or sign a D tackle, which we have Franklin Myers here, which, I think he used to play for the Jets, so bringing him back, or even Jervin Dexter. But if we can get Zay Flowers and John Franklin Myers, I think that's a home run. So we're going to try to get both those guys. Both of them are interested. We might have to free up money to get Zay. Yeah, we're going to have to. But I'm fine with that. We can have Garrett Wilson and Zay Flowers and the young rookie or the young wide receiver that we have as our weapons. I think there's a lot of, formula for success there. So I'm going to go ahead and try to restructure or cut somebody. So let's see if there's anybody that can. So Quentin Williams, we're not going to do that. Can we restructure anybody? So we're going to restructure Sauce Gardner and free up $14 million. I'm cool with that. I want to get Zay Flowers on this team. And I think that would put us in position to be great next year. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a deal. We are the New York Jets, so big market, should be able to bring in good free agents here. And for whatever reason, Madden didn't show me his interest level there. And okay, we're just not going to let me go to the other screen, I guess. What is going on? I have no idea. All right, well, I guess I'm not going to know if they sign with me. I guess I got to do it this way. It's just disappeared, I think. So Zay, is, all right, we'll see if he signs with us, and hopefully Franklin Myers does as well. Zay did choose us, which is good, and I have to imagine we got the D tackle as well in Franklin Myers. We did. So both those guys are done. I'll see you guys in the draft. So while we do have a good wide receiver room with Zay Flowers being added, might as well add even more to it. We're going to be taking Ryan Wingo here in our first round selection. Elite speed, 4.26 40-yard dash. I think this guy has to be the pick here. So he is going to be 8 in true value. We got him at the 15th overall selection out of Texas. Welcome to the Jets, Ryan Wingo. Great start. I think in round 2 to add some more strong safety depth, we're going to take Peyton Woodyard here. So he's got 4.57 40-yard dash, speed solid, strength great, jumping solid, good change of direction. So welcome to the Jets, Peyton Woodyard. Hopefully he ends up being just a solid depth piece. 94 in true value. Hidden dev, 87 speed. Still very happy to have him, and that's going to be a great addition to our secondary. And finally, for our round 3 pick, I'm just going to go ahead and take some more edge depth. Jared Smith II. He's coming from Kentucky. Good grades across the board for a 3rd round pick. He's going to be 123 in true value, drafted to 79. So maybe I reached a little bit there. He's hidden dev though, so we'll at least take that. Feel like that was a good pick, and that will be an overall very good offseason. John Franklin Myers, Zay Flowers, got a elite speed wide receiver in the 1st round. We may be cooking going to year 3. So 88 overall across the board. We get to open up our season against the Patriots on Monday Night Prime Time. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup going into year 3. A lot of optimistic hope that this could be the year we go on to win a Super Bowl. We got, or just make the playoffs in general, but Super Bowl is the goal. We got Mason Taylor as a star dev now as well. Zay Flowers, we got Ryan Wingo, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Mateers in 86 overall immediately. Defensively, we got Caleb Downs, Williams, Sherwood, Pace. Woodyard is going to be starting this year. Thomas, Odafe. We got Quincy Williams, Franklin Myers, Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner, Michael Carter. I mean, there's a lot to like here. You got Ryan Wingo now playing slot. And then as far as schemes are concerned, I mean, I feel like we did good last year, so I don't even want to change it. I think I'm going to leave both of them exactly the same. Leave the playbooks the same as well. They were both pretty decent. So I'm just kind of hoping with the new additions and all the weapons we could possibly have around our sophomore quarterback that offense will be top 5, offensively just be top 15, and maybe we find ourselves in the postseason. And just like that, at the end of year 3, we do find ourselves in the playoffs, and we even won our division as we are hosting a playoff game, which is fantastic to see. 10-7, the whole division went 9-8, 8-9, and the Bills miss out, and the Dolphins miss out on the playoffs in general, which is great. No top 3 leaders here, but let's go ahead and take a look at the stats in general. Norris Sellers in Cleveland is out there cooking, but let's see what else we got. Offensively, I said I wanted a top 5 offense. We got 3rd in the NFL. Not as many touchdowns thrown. Oh boy, but we did not get a top 15 defense. That is for sure. Although this defense to me has enough talent to step it up in the postseason. We'll see if that happens though. 13 touchdowns, and then even Mateer had 487 rushing yards, which is nice. 1,100 yards from Breece Hall. You had Ryan Wingo immediately out of the gate become a damn good receiver for us. All almost, 1,000 yards, 920, 930, 1,100. And then even Mason Taylor had 600 as well. Sacks-wise, you had 12 from Quincy Williams, or Quinnen Williams, I should say. And 13.5 from the new free agency addition. Although, like I said, pretty sure he used to play for the Jets. So, happy to have him back. 9 from Odafe, 4.5 from Jermaine Johnson, 2 from Quincy Williams. Interceptions, we had 3 from Sauce Gardner, 2 from Williams, 2 from Woodyard as the rook, and then 1 from Stevens, 1 from Dane Belton. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our very first playoff game of the video. We get to play the Cleveland Browns, who have Lenore Sellers. They have a pretty good ranked team over there on their end as well. Let's go ahead, though, and see if we can take them out and get to divisional with our young quarterback. So the good news is we are at home at MetLife. This might be our only home playoff game we have throughout this postseason. We'll have to see. We start off with the football here, and we are going to go down and start off with a touchdown, but they do the exact same thing. Like I said, their offense was pretty elite, too. So I'm assuming this is going to be a high-scoring game if I had to guess. But so far, only 2 touchdowns in the first half, and both by, each team. So it's 7-7. About to go in the 4th quarter tied. But we will take the lead here, 14-7. We get a stop on defense. So I guess my assumption of a high-scoring game was wrong. And we're just going to simply win the game 14-7. So that's going to be a wildcard weekend victory for us. The Browns had a new head coach, and it didn't matter. We're going to go ahead, get to the next round, and we'll see who's awaiting us in the divisional weekend, where I imagine we'll be on the road. So as I was guessing, I was correct. We're on the road in Las Vegas, which they just made a trade as I was recording this video. They just traded for Kenny Pickett, which is kind of interesting, I guess. We'll see what happens with that. But, well, yeah, we're in Las Vegas playing the Raiders. So it'd be interesting to see if Geno Smith's still the starter or not. Obviously, they have Bowers and Ginty, so That makes him scary in general. We'll go ahead and see. Number 5 might be their quarterback, but I couldn't see his last name. All right, let's jump into this. So we do get a stop to start things off as they punt it away to us, and we get another stop with good field position this time, but we get a safety on them to start the game. So it's 9-0, so it is a 2-possession game. Barely, but it is. It's 16-0. So far, this is looking good for us, but can we continue the momentum? It is 23-0. Our defense, like I said, I knew they could step it up in the playoffs as we completely shut out the Raiders here in the divisional, 26-0. So I have to see who their starter was. It was Baker. Wow. Baker Mayfield did not put up a single point in the postseason against our defense that was ranked like 29th in the regular season. But wow, he threw for 54 yards the whole game. That's actually insane. But I don't know what's going on. Our defense has stepped it up. I knew they could. We're headed to the AFC Championship in year number 3. It'll be interesting to see who we're playing there because we've had the Browns, the Raiders, which are 2 teams that don't project to be... Now, the Raiders could be interesting, but the Browns would probably be bad. Let's go see who's awaiting us in the AFC Championship game. So there is some positive news going into this AFC Championship game. We actually get to host it, and we get to play the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game at MetLife. So was not anticipating that. And I truly don't know if I've played the Chiefs funny enough in the AFC Championship game yet in any of these rebuilds, which is kind of funny to think about. I don't even know if I played them in a playoff game in general. So we'll see how this is about to go. We start off with the football here. And of course, we are using the Chiefs playbook. And we will have ourselves a 0-0 ball game so far. It looks like we've had good field position, but just have not taken advantage. Do we get a big interception there? And we can go up 13-0, which we do. So far, great start. But the Chiefs are still only, yep. Oh, no, we get another interception, this time from Peyton Woodyard. We score off the pick. We do 7-21 and get the 2-point conversion, but they're still only 1 possession away, and they are going to tie it 21-21. So it is a 21-21 ball game. I think we jump in here and try to punch our ticket to the Super Bowl. We got plenty of timeouts, all the room in the world to make this happen. 1:42 left on the clock. Let's go ahead and come out here and try to cook with our new quarterback. So let's see if I can get this, punched into the Super Bowl. So let's just go ahead and hit Mason Taylor wide open underneath. And we'll get a nice gain there. Mateer, our rookie, has thrown, or sorry, sophomore now, has thrown 2 interceptions this game. The Chiefs are not calling a timeout. It's just not letting me skip to the plays. What just happened? I clicked spike or something? I don't know. But regardless, I'm not going to run the same play. Let's run the ball. I mean, we got all of our timeouts, so there's no need to rush anything. Brees Hall is going to get a nice gap here for 7. We'll take that. Go no huddle again. Keep the foot on the pedal for that. And I'm going to counter it to the other side and see what the Chiefs do with that. And blocking. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Nice broken tackle. We're already in field goal range. Chiefs are going to burn those timeouts now. All right. Let's go play action. So let's just get even closer here. They're going to expect some run plays, I would have to imagine. I'm going to try to look for Wingo underneath, but if Garrett Wilson somehow creeps behind them, maybe we just go for that. But Wingo absolutely got wide open. It almost looked like a pick play happened there, but obviously they're not going to call that. But his guy got stuck, so that was nice. Okay, so they burned their second timeout. We're already in field goal range, so we're, good there. They burned this last timeout. They have no other ways to stop the clock. And I could break the tackle here. Okay, 21-21, 1:02 left. Obviously, I think for the rest of this, let's just go ahead and keep running this football down their throats. And if Brees Hall gets to the end zone, he gets to the end zone. If not, we kick our field goal. So, wow, big gap. So Brees can maybe just get to the end zone here. And low key, maybe I shouldn't have scored there, but it felt right. So we just need our defense to stop them, right? Like, it's just Mahomes. You can do that. And they do. 28-21. We're going to beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. We've punched our ticket to the Super Bowl. Let's go see who's awaiting us there. And hopefully whoever's in front of us, we take them out. So here we are on Super Bowl Sunday. And we actually get to play my favorite team representing the NFC. The Washington Commanders made it out of the NFC. So we got the Jets versus the Commanders here in the Super Bowl. And we got to stop to start things off. And we will go up 7-0, which is great. So either way, this video ends in a win for me because either my favorite team wins or the team we're rebuilding wins. Obviously, I want the Jets to win in this one because we're rebuilding the Jets today, but it is 12-14. So this is a close game so far, and they are going to take the lead 19-14. We have 2 timeouts with 1:16 left on the clock. We have a shot to go take the lead. A field goal does not help us in this situation. So we got to come out here and put our clutch jeans on with our sophomore quarterback. So let's see if we can do just that. I'm going to go ahead and come out and scat. And let's see if we can find something here. Garrett Wilson. Is he going to break? Oh, my gosh. Okay. Not a good decision. I low-key thought he was going to get some separation there. I kind of threw that with anticipation, and that did not work out at all. So let's try to be better. Okay, let's keep going. Shake that one off. I'm just going to scramble this. Give me a block. Oh my gosh. We're going to gain a lot there. So nice block by Mason Taylor. I appreciate you for that one. That was a great block. Needed that and everything. So that was a great way for that drive to continue. We're going to come out and play action and see if we can get Zay Flowers in this corner route, though. Be beautiful. We can get him out of bounds, save these timeouts. And we're going to throw this. And we are so lucky that's not intercepted. I low-key panicked and just threw it because they were coming at me. The heat was coming, and I was just trying to get rid of it. And that was a really bad throw. So just got to stop making bad decisions here. All right. I'm not throwing this. This is just going to keep running the ball. Just going to be a little bit more smarter there. If I would have thrown that, that's getting picked. And I'm glad we didn't throw that one. Okay. We're getting closer, though, to, touchdown range. I'm going to stick with this one. See, we got anything here? It's going to hit. I'm just going to get rid of it. 2nd and 10. 2 timeouts left. Dubin's on the Commanders, I guess. And all right. We're going to come out in dagger. Garrett Wilson. I'm going to stick with Garrett Wilson, hopefully getting open here. See, nope. Wingo, though. Wingo may have it. I'll throw it too late. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. All right. We got to lock in, man. 3rd and 10. Not making the greatest decisions right now. Let's see if we can get a first down. We need a first down. Mason Taylor, thankfully, is going to be... Oh, my gosh. He took a massive hit. On the 11, we're going to take our timeout. But he did hang on. That's all I can ask for. So at least he hung on. We're now going to be inside the 20 in red zone. I could run the ball, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hit Mason Taylor again, and he's going to just walk to the end zone. So what a rough drive that was, but we got to go for 2 as well. So Mason Taylor's going to punch his ticket into the end zone. Let's go for 2 and try to make this of course, field goal game, because they may have a shot to go tie this. They have plenty of time still with 3 timeouts. All right, let's see if I can get this 2-point conversion converted. Thankfully, they left Breece Hall just on an island. So 22-19, just got to get the stop. And let's come out and play defense for the stop as well. We just need to keep them out of field goal range. So let's see if we can stop my man Jaden Daniels from doing that. Can I please? Yeah, user Andre Cisco. Okay, so I'm going to use their Cisco. Jaden's got Rashad White, it looks like, in the backfield. They're going to do play action, and that gets tipped at the line. 2nd and 10. They got Harrison Mevis as the kicker. I don't know these guys at all. Harrison Mevis, never heard of him, but I'm going to come out and cover 4 this time. I would heat him up, but we could give up a big play if we do, so I'm just going to stay conservative here. See if we can get the stop we're looking for. Terry got extended today, but I'm looking to stop him. He's still on the team as well. All right. Man, this is a long developing play. Oh my gosh, I was there. But they got to burn their first time out. 25 seconds left. First time out's used. Again, I'm not blitzing. I think if we blitz, that could be a very big problem. I, for whatever reason, can't switch to the guy I'm trying to use. So, okay. We're here. I'm going to... Oh my gosh, Jaden's going to... Okay. They're going to use their second to last timeout. He gets a first down. We'll allow that. He wants to run it, although they are getting closer and closer to field goal range. Why is it not letting me stay on if I want to stay on? Okay. Just got to make sure. He threw that? Oh my gosh, they're going to be field goal range. I cannot even believe he threw that. They're going to kick a field goal now. They're not going to even risk it. They're still kind of far, though. I feel like I could block this. 19-22. Is this guy him? Oh, I should have iced him. He's not him, though, so it doesn't matter. He's going to miss it. And that is the story of Commanders fans' lives right now. We do not have a good kicker, and that is going to be where the Super Bowl ends. So, man, that was a little bit of a movie there, but at the end of the day, it gets done, and we're going to win the Super Bowl. A little bit of rough gameplay there as well, but it is what it is. I'll see y'all in the next one. Another fun video. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.